Hi, my name is Lauren. I've never done this before, and thank you for watching if you are watching. If you're not, then you should be. Anyways, the reason why I decided to start posting videos on YouTube is because I've recently been very inspired by a lot of the YouTubers that I've been watching, and I want to share my story. So basically, I have bipolar II. And with that comes a lot of depression and anxiety. And basically, I recently moved to Texas, and I've been feeling very alone. And I've tried like support groups, and I always just feel really uncomfortable, and I don't feel like I fully get anything out of it. Sorry, my cat. This is Odin. Odin. So basically, I thought that YouTube would be a cool way for me to maybe like meet some other people that are interested in similar things and that have been going through similar issues. I don't know, this might not do anything, but I figured it was worth a try. So some things that I'm planning on talking about on this channel is, of course, about bipolar II and depression and mental health, and my story with it. I also want to talk about things that I enjoy, some of which are art. I really love art therapy, and I'm really passionate about art therapy, so I want to share that with y'all because I think it would be really beneficial for a lot of people dealing with depression. Again, my cat's going crazy. I have a strong love for animals, so I'll probably be talking about my cats a lot. Really all animals. I'm really interested in like reptiles, so if you're interested in those kind of things too, you should keep watching. And also, I know it's kind of cliche because there's so many YouTubers that talk about beauty right now, but that's another passion of mine, and that's another thing that kind of helps pull me out of my depressive states, because I find that putting on makeup is very therapeutic. For this the first video, I might do some weirdness on y'all sometimes, so just live with it. Anyways, my first video, I want to explain what mental health is, what bipolar II is, and things that I've experienced. I'm not going to go into my whole story of when I was diagnosed and stuff. That'll be a different video because it would be way too long. So mental health is when you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, and the levels of neurotransmitters in certain parts of the brain the levels are off and they're unusual, and it causes depression and anxiety and ADHD and post-traumatic stress and all these mental health issues where people just dismiss it as, you're fine. Why do you have to be sad? Just put on a happy face and whatever. But, you know, there's really something going on in your head. And the only way to really fix it, besides therapy and trying to better your life, is taking medication. Like, sometimes you really don't have a choice in the matter, which sucks, but, you know, people with diabetes have to take medication. People with, I don't know what else, like thyroid problems need to take medication. Medication is a part of life, and I think just for people with mental health, it's looked at very negatively. It's looked at as like, oh, you're taking medication? You're crazy. Or why do you have to take medication? Just smile. It's not that hard. But sometimes it's really necessary. And I know that's hard, not only for people first dealing with like depression or anything, for them to accept, because I know when I first was told like, oh, maybe you should think about medication, I said no. I was like, I don't want to be dependent on a medicine. I don't want to do that. But sometimes it gets so bad where you just want to do whatever it takes. And that's what happened in my situation. And I can tell you that being on the right medication, it's incredible. Like although like right now I definitely think my levels of my medication are off because I haven't seen a psychiatrist in a while, but like when it's good, I feel so good. And I feel like a real person, and I feel like someone worth living. And I know the feeling of when you're not on your medication or something's wrong with your medication, you're not on the right medication. Ugh, that feeling is awful. It's so awful. So I think it takes a strong person to really be like, okay, I want to do what it takes. It's scary, and believe me, it sucks. Like, a lot of times I wish I didn't have to take medicine. But you just have to look in the positive way. It helps me. So I'm going to keep taking it. So what is bipolar? And what's bipolar II? Bipolar is classified as a chronic illness in which the patients experience severe mood swings, which are classified as episodes of really high highs, called mania, and really low lows, called depression, obviously. So that's why it's called bipolar, because they're literally going up and down, and their moods are constantly changing. Although manic episodes can last for a while, bipolar or depressive episodes are usually way longer. And a manic episode is always followed by a depressive episode, and so on. Although manic episodes are more rare. Like you can only show a sign of one manic episode to be diagnosed as bipolar. For bipolar II, it's a little bit different in the way that instead of full-blown mania, it's hypomania. So it's not as extreme. And the other side of it, as the depressive states are more, I don't want to say more depressed because that's not the right term, but it's more cases of depression and less cases of hypomania. And that's why a lot of times I think it's harder for people to really get diagnosed with the right diagnosis, because a lot of times it just seems like they just have depression. Which was my case, and they gave me antidepressants and it made me worse. Which, if you didn't know, if you think you have bipolar disorder and they're putting you on an antidepressant, you can't do that. You can't take an antidepressant alone with bipolar because it's just going to make you worse. So if you're not getting better and you've tried like a million different kinds of antidepressants, I would talk to your doctor because you have to be on a mood stabilizer. Antidepressants are just, they don't work when you have bipolar. So you may be wondering what mania is. Mania is classified as episodes of great excitement, delusions, euphoria, overactivity, and it's where your brain is constantly on the go. Like when you're talking to people, you're like literally, and you want to do everything. You want to spend a lot of money. You want to dye your hair weird colors. You want to like go get a random piercing that you've never even thought about before. You just think it's a good idea. And like a tattoo that you didn't think about. Like you literally just think of something on the moment and you think, best idea ever, I need to go do it. So although like some people like on the outside might look at it as like, oh, this person's really cool. They like are really like out there. They want to go have fun and party and like all this stuff. For the person that's going through it also, like although sometimes it'll feel really good, you don't feel like yourself. you know something's it's gonna crash. There's also a lot of really brilliant actors, writers, painters, you name it, that are bipolar, such as Vincent van Gogh, Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson, Marilyn Monroe, Jim Carrey, I can't think of any more, but there's like Kurt Cobain. How could I miss Kurt Cobain? But there's literally like lists. If you just search famous people with bipolar disorder, you'll see like it's really common, which I mean, it just shows you it's part of life. It's really not that weird. Some like good people are bipolar. It doesn't change who you are. I mean, it can change who you are at times, but you can still be an amazing person and be bipolar. My phone is ringing. So this video is way too long for my first video, so I'm gonna stop it here. If you could please, please comment below and just tell me if there's anything you want me to talk about. If you think like, girl, don't ever do this again. You're fucking awful. That's cool. But seriously, any criticism, anything, just tell me, please. If you have any questions about mental health that I could answer in another video, any questions about who I am, about tattoos, I'll tell you literally anything you want to know. Maybe. Depends. Most things. I'm pretty open. And like, I'll tell you more about my cats. And like I said, I'm really into beauty. So I can show you my favorite makeup, how I like to do my makeup. Hopefully I'll be getting better lighting, because this is just kind of like low quality. Just because it's my first video, you know. I'm also definitely going to do a video about when I got diagnosed, to share that with y'all. And I'm going to probably do a video about different kinds of medication and like what I'm on, and what I've tried. I'm going to do another video about art therapy, because like I said, I think that's something that really helped me, and I think it could help a lot of people. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you did, I really appreciate it. I know to some people this might seem totally crazy, because I'm telling you that I have bipolar. And a lot of people hide it, which I think is ridiculous. And I think this is a good way to get people to be comfortable with who they are and what they have, and to accept. So yeah, thank you. Have a good rest of your day or night or whatever it is for you. Hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks.